I really love thinking about my identity in terms of my embodied or my positionality within a school. So we're back here with Linda, Andy, and Caitriona, and I'm so excited for today's episode because we are talking about our identity as teachers, and I am a bit of a self-confessed identity nerd, so I'm really excited for our discussion tonight. I might jump us off and get us ready, and at risk of sort of jumping in and getting too academic-y to start with, I really love thinking about my identity in terms of my embodied or my positionality within a school. So what's the unique positions or identities that I bring to the school because it's just me? And because of my lived experience, what stems from who I am? And sort of the way that I think about it is that there's the professional aspects. So you've got me as a music teacher, me as the drama club leader, and as an early career teacher. But then you also bring the personal aspects. So me as a musical theatre lover, someone who's obsessed with dogs. And then at the same time, you've got a bit of a trade-off between the social and the political aspects. So what is the community's expectations for the teacher? I'm sure, Andy, your community would have expectations for you based on how your school's set up compared to what your school's like, Linda. So I feel like I probably talk about these personal and professional aspects a lot, but I think they give us a really clear language to articulate something that's quite a complex and abstract concept. What do you think, Linda, when you think of your identity as a teacher?
Oh, that's a really, really good question, Blake. It's also a challenging question. Personally, I had to think about, what makes me a teacher and what is my identity? And I think it is a balance between my responsibilities of academic learning. So obviously I'm at school. I need to make sure that my kids are learning, that they're engaging with the curriculum, they're engaging with the units, but also that it is my responsibility to teach my students how to be innovative, how to be resilient, how to be ready to be global citizens of the 21st century. So for me personally, it's a balance of these two factors. Andy, you're in a different environment, I think, to all three of us. Would you like to share about your identity as a teacher?
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Linda. Yeah, it's certainly a really interesting question, and it really made me think quite a lot as well. So last year I taught in Melbourne, and this year I moved back to Mildura, which is, obviously quite far away. It's a rural area. And I think sort of my identity changed a little bit from moving to the city back home. Because it is different. Different schools in different areas have different identities. And I think that shapes partly your own identity too as a teacher. So I think having grown up here and had that university experience in the city, I think like I am very much, about the academic side of things, and maybe that's a little bit different to some of the other teachers, but yeah, it's it's sort of it's a bit of a balancing act, and I think too, playing soccer in Mildura, it also, that sort of forms part of my identity because, I have students at the school who also play soccer. I get to chat to them about it. And that's something that those kids know about you. So, I even play against a couple of the kids. So it's quite sort of interesting in that way. So I think sort of the teacher identity, it's your past experiences and also your present experiences too, and sort of your philosophy of what you're trying to do ties in with that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that thing with the past identity as well. Like for me, my identity as a teacher is like just an extension of my own identity. It's not an alter ego or anything. And like thinking about my own past as well, I'd wanted to be a teacher for quite a while. In fact, I think it was something I wanted to be when I was in primary school. It was one of the first jobs I decided I wanted to, have as an adult. And so having that in my mind that I want to be a teacher and having thoughts of being a teacher kind of sat well with me. And I've always enjoyed, becoming a teacher, studying about it, and now being a teacher. And I really enjoy spending time with my students. I, genuinely care for them, and it really makes me happy to watch them grow, and everything in the classroom makes me feel really good about myself. And I think that the teacher version of yourself should coincide with your own identity that's not just in school, and that your own values and beliefs as well, and not being challenged when you're a teacher. And, just because you're a teacher doesn't mean that you can't be yourself as well.